Hi, I'm Kenneth WAJDA, and welcome to another one of my photography talks. Today I have a gear talk on a camera that's a Leica wannabe. It's a Tower. Tower was the brand that Sears carried inside their stores, and this is a Tower. I believe it's a 3F or a 3, something from what I've researched about it, and it's like a Leica 3F, except for it's a little bit less expensive, and it has an actual film advance, which the Leicas, they have a knob you have to turn. And it has shutter speeds from 1 to 25 on the slow shutter speed dial. They would separate them with two different mechanisms, I believe. 1 to 25 down here, and then 50 to 500 up above. And it doesn't go to 1,000 like the Leica 3F does. And then the only thing I have on this camera that I use that is Leica is actually a little Leica viewfinder, so I can look through that and then not have to look through the little squinty viewfinder that's on the camera. Like the 3F, it also has the two viewfinders. One of them is for focus with the rangefinder, and one of them is the actual view. But like I said, I have this little Leica 50mm viewfinder on, and it's much brighter and bigger, and I can see it great with my glasses. And I picked this up at a camera show. It has a Nikon 50mm f/2 lens. And I've heard talk that people in the 50s were, kind of enamored by Leica bodies, but they would throw Nikon glass on them because they were saying the Nikon glass was so good coming out of Japan. And so this camera is a Nikon lens on this Tower body. And it certainly feels like, I believe it's Japanese made, but it certainly feels like it's just as heavy and robust and brass as a Leica, and it probably isn't the build quality quite, because otherwise Leica wouldn't be Leica, but they are. But it's a simple, inexpensive camera. I think I paid $150 for it with the lens, and that's the kind of thing, if you're looking for something in a Leica rangefinder and you're not finding anything that's very much in your budget, look at some of the alternatives. The Russians made a lot of clones like the Zorky, and you can get those for really cheap. But if you want something even a little bit better, the Japanese ones I think are better than the Russians. And the Tower, which again is the Sears house brand, it's a decent camera, and it works, it's strong, it feels substantial in my hands. And then the other thing I talk about is straps. I like a good strap that feels like it's not too long, and it's got some, I don't want a thin, tiny strap. Sometimes a good strap is what draws me to taking that camera out that day, because I like the way it's nice and short and firm. And this is one of those. It's like a red, it's got a little bit of a shoulder grip, but really it's like so simple. I don't necessarily need a $100 leather strap, handmade, but I want something that's firm and it gives me a good grasp of my tool, and that's what it is. So anyway, that's the Tower. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll get to those. And if you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button and I'll bring you more. Do you have one of these? Do you have any pictures from it? Put them in the links below and we'll take a look. All right, thanks so much for watching. And if you're enjoying these, come back because we'll talk some more. Thanks.